Good morning. So you caught me right out of the shower. I am going to apply a little bit of my Be Balanced. So I've got a little bit of that. And it's winter time. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of Be Balanced and some Rejuvenate Light. So I like to put a couple drops of that in my face lotion, especially this time of year, just because it is so dry outside in my face. And my hands get so very, very dry this time of year. So while I was in the shower, I washed 2 times. I used Renew this morning and volumizing shampoo. And then I used a volumizing conditioner this morning. I've got a couple shampoos and conditioners in my shower, and I am trying, so I have Renew, Black 2-in-1, and smoothing and volumizing. So, and I try different combinations just depending on what I'm doing. And right now I'm trying to get some curls. So I hung my head over, I squished, I did a curl technique before I hopped out of the shower. And then now I've been out of the shower for just a few minutes, went and threw some clothes on, and I used my my old Moxie Mousse. They have a new one that I have heard is just amazing. So this one pumps out a little bit differently. So this is more airy and more fluffy, and the new Moxie Mousse is more like a whipped cream. So same great formula, they just tweaked it a little, and I've heard it's great. So I take some Moxie Mousse, and because I'm going to be diffusing, I'm going to be using a little blow dry cream. It's got our heat protector in it. We also, if you're not a big fan of the blow dry cream or the air dry cream, we also have just a heat protectant that you can use. I do not have the new heat protectant, but it's on its way. So I've been taking my hair with the mousse and I'm just scrunching it up and just getting up in there. So I'm using a new technique today that I saw on one of my Curly Girl videos from a gal that I'm following. And so this is kind of how she does it. And you can kind of hear the squish. I had my head over first and I did this a whole round of it. And then I went and threw some clothes on so I could start my video. And so I'm just going to continue to kind of squish these curls up. And then as I see more definition in each of the curls, I'm going to try to get a little closer so you can see some of this curl definition that I'm getting. So this is what I'm looking for, is this definition right here. And I'm also trying to control some frizz that's been happening towards the top of my head. So I'm going to grab the top, I'm going to kind of pull up too to create some volume around the edge of my hair. I don't want to play with it too much with my hands. It's kind of the trick I'm learning. You don't want to play with it too much, but you do want to pull it. I do want to pull it away from my scalp a little bit to create some air in there. And then again, I'm just grabbing these curls. Okay, so this one's really good right here. I don't know if you can see those, but this is what I'm trying to achieve, is this definition right there. So that's what we're looking for. And so I'm going to continue to do this for a little bit, and then I'm going to start my diffusing process. And they told me to do this when it's really wet, so I didn't dry it as much as I did last week. I haven't done the turban yet. I'm debating on whether doing the turban or just going right into a diffusing process this morning and see how we do. So you tell me where your guys are at in your hair care journey, how things are going with you. Tell me about your pros, your cons, your wins, your struggles. I would love to hear it all. So I am going to start the diffusing process here in a minute. We will fast forward the video so you don't have to watch the whole thing, and then we'll get on to styling. All right, so just continuing crunching. I've got my diffuser out. So we're going to start a diffusing process on this. And I'm just going to start on warm and low. And we'll also be doing, I once it starts to get a little bit more dry, I hit it with some Cool too to kind of set it. So here we go. So I'm about halfway through. Try to keep adjusting my camera here so that you can continue to see me without me having to bend too much. So I'm about halfway through. So I am actually going to add a little bit of Root Lift to help get some of that volume. So the Root Lift can go on damp. It can also go on dry, but it is heat activated. So if you're going to use the Root Lift, you're going to want to shoot that with a little bit of heat. So as I've seen on other curly videos, you don't want to touch your hair a whole lot after you start the drying process. So it gets a little tricky. So I'm just gonna grab a little and get a little Root Lift in there. And then I will continue to diffuse, which is a very long process. So you'll see that I've fast forwarded this video as quickly as I can, just so you can get that the look of what we started with and then where we're going to end. So I'm going to continue to diffuse now. I'm going to go a little bit warmer, but still stay on low. I don't know if it shows on the video as well as it is kind of here, but you can see all the volume that I'm getting from the Root Lift. I'm trying not to touch my hair too much, but that's really hard. I do have a little bit of frizz today, just a little bit at the top. So now that my hair is mostly dry, it's not all the way there, I'm going to try to get my part in a little bit better here. Again, the more you touch your curls, the more they get the oils and the dirts and stuff in your hands, and then you kind of lose it. So that's what I'm learning from all my curly hair friends, is that you just want to touch it the least amount possible, which is really hard because I like to touch my hair a lot. And so I'm trying not to do that. So we've almost achieved complete dryness. We've got just a little bit more wetness going, but that is where we're at. You can see some of the definition, some of the curl that I'm getting. Some is still working on which way they want to go. We've got a couple that are just kind of hanging out and not really there yet. So we're just going to keep moving forward with this curly hair journey. So again, I believe I'm on day 10. I'll have to go back and look at my last post, but I believe I'm on day 10. So I washed my hair today again, and then I while it was wet, I scrunched all of my stuff into it a lot, scrunched it a lot, and just kept working it in, working it up. And now I'm in the process of drying. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up off video and get my makeup on for the day and get started. So thank you for taking the time to watch my curly hair journey. I'm so excited for you to be here. I would love comments, tricks, techniques that you are using, things that are working, things that aren't, and see you